Assalamu alaikum dear students. In the previous class, we have solved some questions of exercise 11.3 regarding three-dimensional, the last exercise of three-dimensional geometry. And there we are on question number 12 of that exercise. And in that question number 12, we have given two planes which have been expressed in terms of their vector equations as r vector dot 2i plus 2j minus 3k is equal to 5 and r dot 3i minus 3j plus 5k is equal to 3. These are the two vector equations of two planes and we need to calculate the angle between them. Since we know that the angle between two planes is same as the angle between their normals. So these two equations are of the form r vector dot n vector is equal to d, where r vector is the position vector of any point on the plane, n vector is a vector which is normal to the plane, perpendicular to the plane, and d is actually the distance. The distance from origin to the plane multiplied by the magnitude of that vector n cap, which is normal to the plane, which is perpendicular to the plane. So on comparing these two equations with r vector dot n vector is equal to d, we know that n1, the vector which is normal to plane first, is 2i plus 2j minus 3k, and the vector n2 which is normal to plane second is 3i minus 3j plus 5k. So if theta is the acute angle between planes first and second, then theta is the angle between vectors 2i plus 2j minus 3k and 3i minus 3j plus 5k. And in between two vectors we can easily locate the angle, and that is given by the expression cos theta is equal to n1 dot n2 divided by, if theta is acute, then that's mod of n1 dot n2 divided by magnitude of n1 into magnitude of n2. So these equations are of the form, the equations are of the form, किस फॉर्म में है ये इक्वेशंस, r वेक्टर डॉट n वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू d वायर, या r वेक्टर डॉट n1 वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू d1 एंड r वेक्टर डॉट n2 वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू d2 वायर. What would be the value of n1? n1 vector must be equal to 2i plus 2j minus 3k, and n2 vector must be equal to, yes, 3i minus 3j plus 5k. So 3i minus 3j plus 5k. Now if theta is the acute angle between planes first and second, then theta is the acute angle between the vectors n1 and n2, that is between their normals, because the angle between two planes is same as the angle between their normals. Now if theta is the angle, आर्टिकल हमने जिगरा पढ़ा है कि एंगल बिटवीन टू प्लेन्स is same as the angle between their respective normals. Now if theta is the acute angle, between planes first and second, then theta is the angle between their normals. Then theta is the angle between their normals n1 and n2. Theta is the angle between their normals n1 and n2, and is given by cos theta, the cosine of angle between two vectors must be equal to mod होगा, because we are talking about the acute angle. जब ये एंगल एक्यूट होगा तो डेफिनेटली लाई करेगा फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में, और फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में सारे ट्राइगोनोमेट्रिक रेशियो पॉजिटिव होते हैं, इसलिए मॉड ऑफ n1 डॉट n2 डिवाइडेड बाय मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ n1 into magnitude of n2. So implies cos theta can be then written as mod of n1 is a vector represented in terms of components, n2 is again a vector which has been represented in terms of components. When two vectors are represented in terms of their components, then their dot product is directly equal to sum of products of their corresponding scalar components. Means 2 into 3 plus 2 into minus 3, 2 into minus 3 plus, yes, minus 3 into 5, divided by magnitude of n1, that is non-negative square root of sum of squares of the scalar components. So 2 square plus 2 square plus minus 3 square. And similarly, magnitude of n2 must be equal to again non-negative square root of sum of squares of its scalar components, that is 3 square plus minus 3 square plus 5 square. So implies cos theta is then equal to, cos theta must be then equal to 2 into 3, that is 6, 2 into minus 3, that is minus 6, plus 6 minus 6 will cancel out, and here will remain minus 3 into 5, that's minus 15. So mod of minus 15 is 15, divided by 2 square 4, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 plus 4, that is 8, 8 plus 9, that is 17, so square root of 17, into 3 square 9, 3 square 9, 5 square 25, 9 plus 9, that is 18, 18 plus 25 is 43, so square root of 43. So implies this can be written as cos theta is then equal to 15 divided by 17 into, that is 15 divided by square root of 17 and 43 का मल्टीपल कर दो तो क्या आएगा? हाँ जी, अगर स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ दैट इज 15 डिवाइडेड बाय स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 17 into स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 43, तो 17 into 43 that is square root of 731. Calculate the value of 15 divided by square root of 731, that must lie in the closed interval, minus 1 comma 1 obviously, but closed interval minus 1 comma 1 is the domain of cos inverse, hence the value of theta will definitely lie in the range of cos inverse, means at that time that value will become the principal value of cos inverse. So जब ये principal value बनेगा, operating cos inverse on both sides, cos and cos inverse will become an identity function, तो result क्या आएगा? थीटा is equal, पढ़ा हमने inverse trigonometric functions में. So यहाँ पे cos और cos inverse, यहाँ पे cos inverse हम operate कर रहे हैं both sides, तो यहाँ पे cos inverse और cos identity function बनेगी, क्योंकि theta must be the principal value, as the value 15 divided by square root of 731 must lie in the closed interval minus 1 comma 1, and that is actually the domain of cos inverse. So theta must be then equal to cos inverse of 15 divided by square root of 731. So the angle between these two planes, the angle between the planes r vector dot 2i plus 2j minus 3k equal to 5 and r dot 3i minus 3j plus 5k is equal to 3. These are two planes, and the acute angle between these two planes must be equal to, theta is cos inverse of 15 divided by square root of 731. So pretty simple, the angle between two planes is equal to the angle between their respective normals. And since normals are the vectors, and you can easily locate the angle between two vectors by the expression, that is cosine of angle between two vectors is equal to the dot product of vectors divided by product of their respective moduli. And on calculating that thing, in going that way, we have calculated the angle between these two planes, that is theta is equal to cos inverse of 15 divided by square root of 731. So that was all about question number 12 of this exercise. Now we are on question number 13 of the same exercise, and in that question number 13 we have given two planes expressed in terms of their Cartesian equations. The Cartesian equation of first plane is 7x plus 5y plus 6z plus 30 is equal to 0, and the Cartesian equation of second plane is 3x minus y minus 10z plus 4 is equal to 0. We have to check whether these two planes are parallel or they are perpendicular, and if they are nothing, then we have to find the If they are neither parallel nor perpendicular, then we have to find the angle between them. तो dear students, आपके पास दो planes हैं which are expressed in terms of their these Cartesian equations. आपको क्या चेक करना है, क्या ये planes आपस में parallel है, क्या ये planes आपस में perpendicular है. अगर ना parallel है ना perpendicular है तो आपको इनके बीच में चाहिए एंगल. तो प्लेन्स पैरेलल कब होते हैं, अगर उनके एटीट्यूड नंबर्स या सेम होते हैं या प्रोपोर्शनल होते हैं. और परपेंडिकुलर कब होते हैं, अगर सम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ एटीट्यूड नंबर्स जीरो के बराबर आएगा तब परपेंडिकुलर है. और अगर ना पैरेलल है ना परपेंडिकुलर है, देन वी विल लोकेट द एंगल बिटवीन दीज टू प्लेन्स. तो सबसे पहले हम प्लेन फर्स्ट और प्लेन सेकंड के निकालेंगे एटीट्यूड नंबर्स. फिर अगर एटीट्यूड नंबर सेम या प्रोपोर्शनल आ रहे हैं तो प्लेन्स आर पैरेलल. अगर सम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ एटीट्यूड नंबर्स जीरो के बराबर आ रहा है तो प्लेन्स आर परपेंडिकुलर. और अगर ये दोनों कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो रही है तब इनके बीच में निकालेंगे व्हाट एंगल, एक्यूट एंगल. सो यहां पे लिखेंगे द एटीट्यूड नंबर्स ऑफ प्लेन फर्स्ट आर, द एटीट्यूड नंबर्स ऑफ plane first are, attitude numbers are actually the direction ratios of normal to the plane. इस प्लेन पे जो नॉर्मल होगा उसके एटीट्यूड नंबर जो होंगे उसके डायरेक्शन रेशियो जो होंगे उन्हीं को कहते हैं एटीट्यूड नंबर्स ऑफ द प्लेन. सो द एटीट्यूड नंबर्स ऑफ प्लेन फर्स्ट आर ऑर्डर्ड थ्री टपला ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. तो कैपिटल A, कैपिटल B और कैपिटल C इसके एटीट्यूड नंबर होंगे, that is 7, 5 and 6. So 7, 5, 6. The attitude numbers of plane second are, the attitude numbers of plane second are, प्लेन सेकंड के एटीट्यूड नंबर क्या होंगे, अगेन ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. तो कैपिटल A का वैल्यू दैट इज 3, कैपिटल B का वैल्यू दैट्स -1 और कैपिटल C का वैल्यू दैट्स -10. तो ये बन गए एटीट्यूड नंबर्स ऑफ प्लेन सेकंड. क्या एटीट्यूड नंबर्स प्रोपोर्शनल है, नहीं. तो सिंस प्रोपोर्शनल मतलब इन द सेम रेशियो. क्या 7 डिवाइडेड बाई 3 5 डिवाइडेड बाई -1 के बराबर है, नहीं, नॉट इक्वल. क्या वो 6 डिवाइडेड बाई -10 के बराबर है, नहीं, नॉट इक्वल टू 6 डिवाइडेड बाई -10. इसका क्या मतलब, दैट इज एटीट्यूड नंबर्स, दैट इज एटीट्यूड नंबर्स ऑफ प्लेन्स फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड, that is attitude numbers of planes first and second are not proportional. सेम तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, प्रोपोर्शनल भी नहीं है. इसका क्या मतलब, therefore planes first and second are not parallel. तो ये प्लेन्स पैरेलल नहीं होंगे. Now secondly we are going to check whether they are perpendicular. तो perpendicularity के लिए क्या होना चाहिए कि sum of products of attitude numbers जीरो के बराबर आना चाहिए. Also तो sum of products of attitude numbers that is 7 into 3 plus 5 into -1 plus 6 into -10. देखो जिगरा किसके बराबर आएगा, 7 3 दैट्स 21 -5 -6 10 60 -60 -5 that is -65 -65 plus 21 is not equal to 0. that is इसका क्या मतलब, that is sum of products of attitude numbers of planes first and second is not 0. तो sum of products of attitude numbers 0 के बराबर नहीं आ रहा है. इसका मतलब ये प्लेन्स परपेंडिकुलर भी नहीं होंगे. therefore planes first and second, therefore planes first and second are not perpendicular. तो ये परपेंडिकुलर भी नहीं है. तो ये दो प्लेन्स, इस टाइप के दो प्लेन्स हैं जो ना आपस में पैरेलल हैं ना परपेंडिकुलर हैं, तब ये डेफिनेटली इंक्लाइन होंगे, मींस इनके बीच में कोई एंगल होगा। तो सपोज वी आर गोइंग टू लोकेट दैट एंगल। तो सबसे पहले इन इक्वेशंस को चेंज करेंगे वेक्टर फॉर्म में। आर वेक्टर डॉट n1 इज इक्वल टू d1 and r vector dot n2 vector is equal to d2, because if theta is the angle between planes first and second, then theta is the angle between their normals n1 and n2। तो सबसे पहले इन दो इक्वेशंस को हम चेंज करेंगे इनटू वेक्टर फॉर्म। नाउ द वेक्टर इक्वेशन इज, now the vector equations of these planes are, तो क्या बनेगी वेक्टर इक्वेशन? r डॉट, यस, 7x के बदले 7i प्लस 5y के बदले 5j प्लस 6z के बदले 6j। ये यहां पे प्लस 30 है, उसको RHS में ले लो, इज इक्वल टू -30, या यहीं पे रख लो -30 is equal to 0। Keep this equation as equation number 4, and क्योंकि जरा r वेक्टर किसके बराबर होगा? पोजीशन वेक्टर ऑफ अननोन पॉइंट, उसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स क्या है? x y z। तो r वेक्टर किसके बराबर आएगा? xi प्लस yj प्लस zk। अब इन दो वेक्टर्स का डॉट कर दो। जब दो वेक्टर्स का हम डॉट करते हैं, दैट्स इक्वल टू सम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ देयर कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग स्केलर कंपोनेंट। सो x into 7 दैट इज 7x, y into 5 दैट इज 5y, प्लस z into 6 दैट इज 6z, और प्लस 30 इज इक्वल टू 0। तो यहां पे प्लस 30 इज इक्वल टू 0, राइट। तो इसी तरह इन द सिमिलर फैशन व्हाट वुड बी द वेक्टर इक्वेशन ऑफ प्लेन सेकंड? r डॉट and r dot, yes, 3i minus j minus 10k and plus 4 is equal to 0. Keep that equation as, sorry, we have kept this one as first, this one as second, so keep this one as third and this equation as equation number 4th. Now if theta is the angle between planes third and fourth, then theta is the this acute angle. If theta is the angle between planes third and fourth acute angle, then theta is the angle between their normals 7i plus 5j plus 6k and 3i minus j minus 10k. So these equations are of the form, these equations are of the form, किस फॉर्म में है ये इक्वेशंस? r वेक्टर डॉट n1 इज इक्वल टू d1 एंड r वेक्टर डॉट n2 इज इक्वल टू d2। क्योंकि अगर हम प्लस 30 को साइड में ले लेंगे तो -30 बनेगा, एंड प्लस 4 को साइड में ले लेंगे तो -4 बनेगा। सो वायर n1 का वैल्यू क्या है? वायर n1 इज इक्वल टू 7i plus 5j plus 6k plus 6k and n2 वेक्टर किसके बराबर आ रहा है? यस, 3i minus j minus 10k। Now if theta is the angle between these two planes, then theta is the angle between their respective normals। Now if theta is the angle between planes third and fourth, then theta is the acute angle की बात करेंगे। Now if theta is the acute angle between planes third and fourth, then theta is the acute angle between their normals, what are they? n1 and n2, so that is n1 and n2 and is given by, और वो एंगल किसके बराबर आएगा, क्या एक्सप्रेशन रहती है उसके लिए, द कोसाइन ऑफ एंगल बिटवीन टू वेक्टर्स इज इक्वल टू द रेशियो ऑफ देयर डॉट प्रोडक्ट टू द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ देयर रेस्पेक्टिव मैग्नीट्यूड्स। बहुत बार हम ये पढ़ चुके हैं, इज गिवन बाय cos थीटा इज इक्वल टू मॉड ऑफ, क्योंकि एक्यूट एंगल की बात करेंगे तो पॉजिटिव आएगा, सो इसलिए मॉड ले रहे हैं, मॉड ऑफ n1 डॉट n2 divided by magnitude of vector n1 into magnitude of vector n2. So implies cos theta is then equal to, yes, n1 dot n2. The value of n1 is 7i plus 5j plus 6k and that of n2 is 3i minus j minus 10k. We have to find their dot product. The dot product of two vectors when they are expressed in terms of components, sum of products of their corresponding scalar components. So 7 into 3, mod of 7 into 3 plus 5 into minus 1. So 5 into minus 1 plus 6 into minus 10. So 6 into minus 10 divided by magnitude of n1, that is non-negative square root of sum of squares of the scalar component 7 square plus 5 square plus 6 square into magnitude of n2, that is again non-negative square root of 3 square plus minus 1 square plus minus 10 square. So 3 square plus minus 1 square plus minus 10 square. So implies this can be further written as cos theta must be then equal to mod of 7 3, that 7 3s are 21 minus 5 and minus 60 divided by square root of 7 square is 49, 5 square is 25, 6 square is 36. 36 plus 25 plus 49, that comes out to be 110 into square root of minus 10 square 100, 100 plus 1, that is 101, 101 plus 9, that is again 110. So implies cos theta is then equal to, yes, minus 60 minus 5, that is minus 65 plus 21. So that is 4 and this 3, rather 4. That is minus 44. So mod of minus 44 will become plus 44 divided by 110. Implies cos theta must be then equal to 11 4s are 44, 11 1s are 11 zeros are, so 4 by 10. Now 2 2s are 4 and 2 5s are 10. So 2 divided by 5. Implies cos theta is then equal to 2 divided by 5. This can be further written as implies operating cos inverse on both sides. Cos inverse and cos will become identity function because 2 divided by 5. 2 divided by 5 must lie in the closed interval minus 1 comma 1 and that is the domain of cos inverse, and whatsoever would be the value of theta at this time, that theta will lie in the closed interval 0 comma pi, means that is the range of what? That is the range of cos inverse, means theta will become the principal value of cos inverse, and for principal value cos inverse and cos will become an identity function. तो बचेगा क्या? थीटा. तो implies theta must be equal to, यहां से आएगा cos inverse of 2 divided by 5. So the given angles, the given planes were neither parallel nor they were perpendicular. They were inclined at an angle and the angle between them is cos inverse of 2 divided by 5. Right? So planes दे रखे थे, हमें पहले चेक करना था क्या ये पैरेलल है, चेक करना था क्या ये परपेंडिकुलर है. अगर दोनों में से कुछ नहीं है तो इनके बीच में एंगल निकालना था. तो नए प्लेन्स पैरेलल थे, नए प्लेन्स परपेंडिकुलर थे, बल्कि इनके बीच में जो एंगल था दैट इज थीटा इज इक्वल टू cos इनवर्स ऑफ 2 डिवाइडेड बाय 5. राइट? Now again we are on the same question, that is 13 on part second, and here the equations of the planes are 2x plus y plus 3z minus 2 is equal to 0 and x minus 2y plus 0z, z वहां पे था ही नहीं इसलिए हमने 0z लिखा है, 0z plus 5 is equal to 0. These are the equations of two planes, and here we have again we have to check whether they are parallel, they are perpendicular. If they are neither of the two, then we have to locate the angle between these two planes. So सबसे पहले हम चेक करेंगे क्या ये पैरेलल है और क्या ये परपेंडिकुलर है. तो उसके लिए हमें क्या देखना पड़ेगा, इनके एटीट्यूड नंबर्स. अगर एटीट्यूड नंबर सेम या प्रोपोर्शनल है तो पैरेलल है. अगर सम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ एटीट्यूड नंबर 0 के बराबर है तो परपेंडिकुलर है. और अगर दोनों में से कुछ नहीं है तो देन वी हैव टू लोकेट द एंगल बिटवीन देम एज पर द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन दैट वी हैव डन. बिल्कुल उसी तरह फिर करेंगे. तो सबसे पहले हम एटीट्यूड नंबर्स को देखेंगे. द एटीट्यूड नंबर्स ऑफ the attitude numbers of plane first are, yes, what are the attitude numbers of plane first? ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. तो a का वैल्यू 2, b का वैल्यू 1, c का वैल्यू 3. Similarly, the attitude numbers of plane second are, yes, ordered 3 tuple of ax plus by plus cz, so that is 1 minus 2 and 0. तो क्या ये एटीट्यूड नंबर 2 1 3 1 minus 2 और 0 सेम है? बिल्कुल भी नहीं. क्या ये प्रोपोर्शनल, क्या 2 divided by 1 1 divided by minus 2 के बराबर होगा? नहीं. So since the attitude numbers are neither same nor proportional, therefore planes are not parallel. Since the attitude numbers of planes first and second are not proportional or same, or not proportional oblique same, ना ये proportional है ना same है, therefore planes are not parallel. Therefore, planes are not parallel. Next, we have to check the sum of products of the attitude numbers. Also, पहला attitude number that is 2, यहाँ पे पहला attitude number that's 1, so 2 into 1 plus यहाँ पे दूसरा attitude number 1, यहाँ पे दूसरा attitude number minus 2, so plus यहाँ पे तीसरा attitude number that is 3 into यहाँ पे तीसरा attitude number that is 0, and that's equal to 1 is 2. Plus into minus, that is minus 2 and plus 0. 2 minus 2 0, 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. So the sum of products of attitude numbers is 0, means these two planes, plane first and plane second, must be perpendicular to each other, right? So sinus, और ऐसे लिखेंगे, that is the sum of products of attitude numbers of planes first and second is 0. So the given planes are perpendicular. So the given planes must be perpendicular to each other. So since the attitude numbers are not same or proportional, the planes must not be parallel. But the sum of products of the attitude numbers comes out to be 0. And when the sum of products of attitude numbers is 0, the planes must be perpendicular. So here in that case, the plane first and plane second must be perpendicular to each other. So you can judge whether they are parallel or perpendicular directly from their attitude numbers. If the attitude numbers are either same or proportional, they are parallel. If the sum of products of attitude numbers is 0, then they must be perpendicular. And there lies some more parts of the same question, and you can do them by yourself, right? Now we are on question number 14. That is the last question of this exercise, and that's pretty much simple again. You have a given equation of a plane that is 3x minus 4y plus 12z is equal to 3, and you have to locate the distance of a point 0, 0, 0 from the plane. So recall the article distance of a point from a plane. अगर आपके पास एक पॉइंट है P of x1, y1, z1 और प्लेन है ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0, तब इस पॉइंट की डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द प्लेन क्या होती है? पढ़ा है हमने, मॉड ऑफ ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d divided by square root of a square plus b square plus c square. So this is actually the expression for calculating the distance of a point from a plane. इस समय प्लेन की इक्वेशन 3x minus 4y plus 12z is equal to 3 है, तो d जो है RHS में उसको पहले LHS में लेके आएंगे और पॉइंट जो आपके पास अवेलेबल है वो है origin 0, 0 and 0. तो therefore distance of a point, therefore distance of a point क्या है? पॉइंट 0, 0, 0 फ्रॉम द प्लेन. या इससे पहले हम प्लेन की इक्वेशन में से ये RHS जो है इसको LHS में लेके आएंगे, क्योंकि इक्वेशन जो होनी चाहिए वो होनी चाहिए ऑफ द फॉर्म ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. So implies this can be written as 3x minus 4y plus 12z minus 3 is equal to 0. Now keep the equation as equation number first. Therefore the distance of a point, therefore the distance of a point, कौन सा पॉइंट है? 0, 0, 0 from the plane first, from the plane first is, yes, mod of ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d divided by square root of a square plus b square plus c square, and that's equal to mod of a is the first direction ratio, that is 3, so 3 into x is the x coordinate of a point and that is 0, so 3 into 0 plus b, that is minus 4, so minus 4. y1 is the y coordinate of a point, so that is 0 plus 12, so plus 12 into z is the z coordinate of a point and that is 12 into 0 and plus d के बदले है minus 3 divided by square root of a square, a का वैल्यू 3 square plus b का वैल्यू minus 4 square plus c का वैल्यू that is 12 square, right? And that's equal to 0, 0, 0. So mod of minus 3, that is 3 divided by square root of 3 square is 9 plus 4 minus 4 square is 16 plus 12 square is 144. And that's further equal to, simplify that thing. So 3 divided by square root of 9 plus 16 plus 144, that is 3 divided by square root of 145, 9, 16 plus 9, that is 25, 25 plus 144, that is obviously 169, and that is equal to 3 divided by square root of 169, that is obviously 13. So the distance of a point 0, 0, 0 from the plane 3x minus 4y plus 12z minus 3 is equal to 0 is nothing but 3 divided by 13 units. तो पॉइंट जो ओरिजिन है 0, 0, 0 उसकी डिस्टेंस इस प्लेन से 3x minus 4y plus 12z minus 13 equal to 0 से इसकी डिस्टेंस जो होगी परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस वो कितनी होगी? 3 divided by 13 units. ना इसमें दो तीन पार्ट्स और भी हैं, बिल्कुल इसी तरह आपको करना है. डिस्टेंस ऑफ अ पॉइंट फ्रॉम अ प्लेन, आपके पास गिवन प्लेन होगा, आपके पास गिवन पॉइंट होगा, यू नीड टू डायरेक्टली सबस्टिट्यूट, यू नीड टू डायरेक्टली अप्लाई दिस फार्मूला, अप्लाई दिस एक्सप्रेशन, एंड फ्रॉम दैट फार्मूला यू कैन ऑब्टेन द डिस्टेंस, द परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस ऑफ द रेस्पेक्टिव पॉइंट्स फ्रॉम देयर रेस्पेक्टिव प्लेन्स. So that was all about question number 14 of the exercise and all about the exercise as well. And next we have the miscellaneous exercise, and in our subsequent classes we will go through that miscellaneous exercise. But till then, Khuda Hafiz.